So when did you first like decide like, yo, I love music, I want to do music? You know what I mean? When did you first start even listening to rap music? Who's the first rapper that you listened to?
So these two questions is the same answer, and that's Run DMC. I was like,
Queen, you from Queens, so that makes sense.
But like you know what I'm saying? Like at this point in my life, like I didn't know that I was from Queens. Like I was like 2. You know what I mean? Like I didn't know where I was at geographically in the world. All I know is I was sitting on the floor playing with a toy, and Walk This Way came on.
Not to cut you off, but the reason why I say that is because even my last guest, right? He's from Harlem, but he reps the Bronx too. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And when I asked him, the artist he chose was KRS-One.
That's funny.
And it's like, yeah, that's why I was reacting to that, because I'm like, yeah, it makes sense, because he's gonna choose somebody from Queens, like, you know what I mean? But continue.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't aware of that or anything. It just the video came on and it was something about the video that just like froze me.
And how old was you?
I had to be like 2 years old. Like I was young. Like I know I was still in diapers. Like, you know what I'm saying? I could kind of like see that in the vision. If I picture it right now, it's like a truck. You know what I mean? Little baby hand. You know what I mean? Playing with the truck. And it's like Walk This Way came on. I just remember being stuck the whole video, and it's just like, I don't know, it was like something was telling me that that's what I was going to do. You know what I mean? Like, so it's from that point, like, period, I just knew, like, whatever that is that's happening right there, that's what I'm about to do. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but that's what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is, but I'm doing it.
Okay. So, how old was you when you wrote your first song then?
I don't even know. I watch other people's interviews and they be having that answer, and it's like, how do you remember that? You know what I mean? Like, I really can't. Like, I know somewhere in my teens I started writing a lot more raps, but like I might have been writing them.
The first like actual song though, where you had the hook, like a song format, not like really a first rap, because like you said, that would be like, but your first actual like song, like where you knew like that, you know what I mean, it was a hobby that you wanted to take up, or you know what I mean, just when you first decided like, yo, I want to actually sit down and write a rap song. Like,
see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't even remember when that moment was, because like I've been like rapping and shit for so long.
But that's an actual song format though.
So I mean,
rapping is one thing,
first, like,
songwriting is another thing.
Okay, I guess here is like I don't remember the timeline of it. Like, I could kind of remember different things, but it's like I don't remember when I first, like, cause like to me I was taking this shit serious since I was like a teenager. So it's like I guess my first like went to the studio, recorded something, was like.
But that's what I'm saying. Even prior to that, like not even going to the studio, just the first time you sat down, or I'll even rephrase the question. I'll make it into a different question. At what moment did you decide, like, you know, not even like watching Run DMC, but I'm saying like as far as at what moment did you decide, like what was the defining moment that made you decide, yo, I want to take a pen? Because at the time we started writing, there wasn't like phones and shit like that where you could just put it on your phone or whatever. We used to actually have to write with a pen and a pad. So like at what point, you know what I mean, did you decide like, yo, I want to do that, like, and then decide that you was gonna actually try to do that, like, and do it?
Okay. So I'll answer that in 2 parts. So deadass, when I was 2 years old, I decided right then that I was
but you couldn't write rhymes at that time.
That's what I'm saying. Like, from that point.
See, it was different.
But there's the second part of this question. When I decided to start taking it seriously as an artist.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
that was like 2000.
And then actually writing songs, like writing.
Well, writing songs came early. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I remember recording my first songs when I was still like, maybe it was the last year of high school, or I was just out of high school, because my homie Ace helped me do that.
So that's what, like 17?
Yeah, so he booked that studio session for me. But like, I had been writing songs like before then, like, because I understood song format early on.
No, me too, but I'm saying like.
So when the first time that I actually recorded something was with him, it was me and Killer Ace. Phlaymz and Killer Ace. So I wasn't Phlaymz, I was just Phlaymz. I was Phlaymz Don back then. And then like that was the first time I recorded something for real.
Salute to Phlaymz Dawn.
But
today's Thursday too, Throwback Thursday.
It's like I don't remember none of those raps, but it's like but that's the first those the first joints I had, like some party joints mostly. And I don't like I kind of vaguely remember those, but the first joint I might have wrote was to a Timbaland beat. I don't know if you remember that beat. It was like an old Timbaland beat. Like,
I know what you're talking about.
And that was the first shit that I wrote and like that I think was kind of dope. And interesting enough, he got me my first show ever too. My first show was in the Bronx at Hostos Community College, and we opened up for I don't know if you remember that show. They used to come on Channel 9. I think it was like Sister. Yeah. It was like stepsisters.
Of course, I remember Sister with Marcus Houston. He was Roger.
Yeah, you remember so it was the sister named Mona, and she had the friend, the best friend dude that was always with her.
I mean, I ain't watch it like that.
It was half and half or something. It was half and half, not sister. It was half and half. It was like the half sisters, and it was like it was on Channel 9, but it was like one of the women named. But anyway, she had a dude. I don't remember that dude's name, but he was like the headlining act for that show. He was like actually an R&B singer. I ain't never even know that. I thought he was just an actor on that show. So it's like he got me that first show. So I had to be like somewhere between that show was like I was like 18, but like somewhere between 16 and 18 is when I wrote like the first songs and like started seriously trying to like make raps.
Alright, so that's dope. So at like 16, 17, you started writing like songs, taking it seriously. And after that point, at what point did you start actually hitting shows? Because I see you actually one of those independent artists that's like very active in the scene, and you do a lot of like live performances. So when, like, at what point did you start like performing now after you decided that you wanted to start writing rhymes?
So that was my first show when I was at Hostos. Then I hadn't performed again for a while after that until I went to. It had to be until I went to college away from home. I went to the University of Bridgeport.
In Connecticut.
Yeah, and then that's where I started like doing more stuff. That's where it started like for real now. Cause like I think it was that Hostos show, and then like it wasn't nothing until I went to college. So like until I went away from college, cause I went to Five Towns University too in Long Island, but like I didn't do no performing there. Like I was just kind of in that shit, like just going to school, you know what I mean, chilling, talking to people, whatever. It wasn't until I went away, and then they started having like little school events on the campus and shit, and so I would get my little stage time off, you know what I mean, and then I get into, people start finding out you do music, you start finding little spots around town. I did one like underground spot in Connecticut one time, somewhere up in Bridgeport somewhere. I don't remember the name of that shit. It was dope though. It was fun. My sisters was holding like ski trips back then. They let me perform on 2 of the ski trips. I think Cisco was on one of them, Jim Jones was on the other. But I performed like way earlier in the evening before they ever even came out. It was like,
yeah, at least you got to touch the same stage. That's dope.
And so it was like,
especially with somebody so young.
Yeah, so it was just like kind of ramping up from there. And but I'd say 2012 is about where I started getting like real active. Like for real, start trying to like find this shit, like, or just really like more into it, you know what I mean? Trying to find these joints around the town. But yeah, man.
Okay, so around 2012, you going crazy, like performing, trying to hit the stage as much as possible.
Lit Lounge, all of these spots, all these.
Lit Lounge was actually pretty lit at one point, but I don't know what happened, man. Why they closed. Lit Lounge I used to like Lit Lounge. There was a few spots that I used to like that they just closed down. I don't even know what happened, man.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed over the years in New York, is that's the scene, man. There's so many spots that was there, and now they're gone, and then something else is there now. There was one spot open mic I was finding called Goodbye Blue Monday. Then that shit turned into like something with wolves in the title, and then now like I don't even know if that shit is
still wolves in the title.
Yeah, it's something like something I don't even know. But then that shit's going, and then what killed me about that one was that like I used to live right next to that shit in Brooklyn, like, and I didn't even know. Like 2012, I'll say 2013 really is where I got active. 2012, I didn't realize how close shit was to me when I was living for like 1 year in Brooklyn. Like I didn't realize, but once I realized where shit really was at and like how close shit was, 2013 I started going off. Like, but just like I just started going off, finding whatever I could find, and just like sharpening the skill of performing.
I hear that. So that's when you started performing. So then, at what point did you release your first project?
So my first like official project was 2014, but I had released like one other CD before that, like a few years back when I was still young and shit. The funny thing about that is that like I received like death threats for that album.
Really?
I put my phone number on that shit.
But
like,
why though?
But like this nigga called me up. He was like, "Yo, you the nigga that gave me your CD in the mall? Yo, nigga, this shit is trash, nigga. You better not record that ever again, nigga. I'll kill you. Word up, son." It's just like, what? 2022, nigga, I'm here. I'm recording. What's up? Fuck you. That's hilarious. Got my first death threat.
Nah, that's crazy.
That shit is trash, nigga.
Nah, you know what's wild, bro? I was getting shit like that. I had people hit me up, but it's like, yo, my mouth and my wittiness is so crazy that I would have niggas mad that they even hit me up. Like, yeah, like I have them niggas feeling terrible, and then I blocked them right after. So like, yeah, they stopped hitting me. I was getting shit like not really death threats, but niggas was like, yo, stop rapping. And all this other shit. And I was like, what? I was like, bro, these are so many people that's actually listening to my shit, enjoying it. Like, why would I stop rapping? Like, they actually asking me to make more music. And I'm doing a podcast now. But, yo, that shit is wild, man. People that hate be crazy. That's when you know you gotta keep going. Yeah, you're doing something right at that point.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think I knew how to process that shit at the time. Like, but I just like today though, I think that shit is hilarious.
Yeah, the first time I got mad, but then I used to laugh at it because I'm like, yo, these is actually fans. Like when you think about it, these is actually fans, bro. Like this is one dude on Instagram, and I swear to God, I felt like he was trolling me, cause like I made a post, you know, about doing business, and he hit me up about it, and I asked him to see some links. He ain't want to send me no links, so I was like, yo, I can't do business with you. Like, I gotta be able to see what, you know what I mean? Like, usually a lot of people, they'll ask you too to send links, like when you want to do business. So it's like, he ain't want to send me no links, so I had to tell him, like, bro, it's not about the money. Like, I'm not like starving for money. It ain't about the money. It's about doing good business. And I don't want my brand just attached to just anything. If you look at my projects, I have very few like collaborations or features. Very few, because I'm very picky like on who I work with. So it's like, for that reason, it's not all about the money. Like, because if they attach your brand to some bullshit, then it's like you always gonna be attached to that. Like, especially on the internet, like it'll always be attached to your brand type shit. So like, I'm very picky who I work with. So dude didn't want to send me no links, and then he got mad and was like, "Oh, it is about the money." He's like, "Let me just send me your pay information." I'm like, "Nah, bro, let me see the links first, and then, you know what I'm saying, if I want to move forward, then we'll move forward from there." So then he got mad or whatever, and then after that, he would just comment on all of my posts, bro. Like, and then it just got to a point where I had to realize, I was like, yo, this dude is a fan. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's a fan. Like,
so sticking around, still looking.
Nah, cause it was like, yeah, he's like, yo, I still be watching your shit and all of that. So I thought about it. I was like, oh, you a fan? My bad. Because I went in on him. Like me, I'm telling you, like my mouth is crazy. Like I'm here for this shit. Like they come fucking with me. Like you think you're gonna troll me? Like nah. So yeah, like. But I thought about it. I was like, yo, this dude is a fan. I fell back off of him, and he was like, yo, I wish you success, and I'm still gonna support you. I'm like, you know what? Thank you. Likewise. But I'm not gonna ever do no feature with the guy because I don't know what I'm working with. It's like, nah. But yeah, them internet motherfuckers be crazy. But anyway, I don't want to get off topic.
Internet though. Like I was handing these CDs out in the mall. Like this didn't call me. Like this is like cell phone era. Like no internet with text messages just kind of came out. Like you know what I'm saying?
He's so if you to see you again, like he'll be able to see you and be like, yo, let's shoot 5. I don't like your CD. Let's shoot the 5. You would have to shoot the 5 with him, yo. That's the era we come from, though. Like, yo, there was no, yeah, you're right. There was no internet.